If you drive a 2011, I just can't get over how bright these things are. I love that they fade, you know. This is a really easy upgrade to do with, especially when you've got a company like AUTOONE who's got the LEDs in a box. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working back on the 2011 Acadia. We actually get to do something fun on it this time. Surprise, surprise. Hard to believe, we're always fixing something on it. But I picked up a set of AUTOONE LEDs. These are 194 bulbs, and we're actually going to change all of the incandescent bulbs in the interior to LED. 2011, when GM brought this particular vehicle out, they weren't quite at the place where they were using partially LEDs and that sort of thing. So it always kind of bugged me a little bit that the interior lights were incandescent. And probably something that nobody else thinks about or cares about in your Acadia, your Traverse, your Enclave, your Saturn Outlook, but it mattered to me. And I was talking to AUTOONE, and they're like, yeah, we'll send you out a case of 194s. So we're going to try those out and see if they improve the interior lighting of the 2011 Acadia or not. And we're just going to show you how to change the interior light bulb. So if you've got one burnt out, this is a great time to change them, upgrade them to LEDs, and you'll see how that process works. It's super simple. Depending whether you have a DVD player or not, that's about the only challenge that I really found in it. A couple tools you'll need is just a panel puller and a set of micro Torx screwdrivers, but other than that you'll be set to go, and you can swap these out yourself really easy in probably a half hour or something like that. So let's get into the video and show you how it works. So here we're just working on the front panel. It's basically, you got to pop it down from the front. There's 4 little clips that hold that panel up into the ceiling like that, so you just got to get underneath one, work your way around it. I am wearing latex gloves because I don't want to get my headliner dirty, and I also don't want to cut my fingers, so this was a good chance. There is only one plug on the front overhead console piece, so that's really easy. And once you get the console down, there's a panel that holds all the bulbs and stuff over the interior pieces, so you just got to remove 3 little micro screws that come out of there that hold that cover on. And once you remove those, that back cover will come off. Underneath it will reveal where the light bulbs are for the incandescent bulbs. You can take that little screwdriver you had and press down on the 194 bulb that's underneath there. It pops out really easy. It's kind of a heavy duty glass piece so that it's got pressure there. Reinstalling LEDs, they are a tight fit, but you can squeeze them back in there. They might take a little bit of wiggling. Just make sure to be firm and not lean too much because there's a circuit board inside the LEDs. Once installed, reinstall the cover, put your 3 little screws back. I always like to double check to make sure everything looks good on the bottom. You can see the LEDs popping through there, looking really sharp. Tighten all the screws back down. 1, 2, 3 on this one in the front here. And then basically the process of reinstallation is just going to be connecting the plug, ensuring that the headliner is smooth, tucked underneath the panel itself, and then lining up your clips and just popping it back in there. So don't force it, take it slow, and you'll be able to just pull that thing out with the, here we go with the new LEDs, nice and bright white. They look really awesome versus the old hazy yellow before. Here, removing the DVD player if you have one equipped in your vehicle. There's 4 little bolts once you flip the screen down, and they kind of hold the screen itself in. You'll see the screen falling. Whoops, don't do that yourself. Just pop that screen down on itself. The rest, there's 2 pieces there. There's a white cover, and then there's a kind of a bracketry panel underneath that. It's all held together with those screws. But once you've pulled the cover off, you've got 1, 2 clips for the lights, and there's also the module plug as well. So 1, 2, 3 to remove those, and it will come down on its own. The rest of it can stay like it is. Each of the incandescent light bulb holders for the DVD player is separate, so they each got their own plug. It works very much like the same in the front, where it's got 3 little screws. Push out from the backside the 194 incandescent bulb and press in the new LED to make sure it's seated in there well. It does take a little bit of pressure, which is nice to see a tight squeeze. Once you've done that, you apply the screws back in and repeat the process on the other side. The other side's got a little module there, so you kind of have to work around that, but it is very doable as long as you have the proper screwdriver with you. Replace the LED, place it back in the socket, line it up. Oh, Ben, turn it around. There you go. Good job, buddy. Put the screws back in there and tighten that up. And this will be ready for reinstallation. Again, connect all your connectors. Again, there's 1, 2, 3 for the lights and the module. And the panel cover itself connects into a mounting panel that's black underneath, and that's not necessarily super tight, but it's connects them together, and then you place the screen back on top and put 2 nuts and bolts in there. And then I just checked to make sure my headliner was lined up, everything was lined up, and I put the rear balance of the bolts in there, tightened them all up, and we were good to go again. So lights pop on, LEDs pop on, off, really nice. This back panel, don't do like me, start from the back towards the gate. There's 2 little metal tabs, and if you go in from the back side, you can pop those tabs inward, and then the front is just kind of they've got clips to tilt and drop the whole panel down. There's one little plug for power. You see those 2 little clips there? Those 2 little clips are facing the tailgate, and those need to be pushed in. You can drop down the panel that way. Again, 3 little screws that come across, pull out, push out your 194s, push in your new LED 194s. Nice and snug, both sides. Installed very, very well. Again, don't force it, they're plastic, and there is a circuit board inside those LED bulbs, so make sure you're not breaking any of them. But they install nicely. Retighten down the screws, connect your connector again. Oh, lights are on, there we go. Nice and bright LEDs shining through as well. The way this panel lines up, line it up in the front, towards the front of the vehicle. Lay your headliner in there, get it all tucked in there, and then it'll just slide and pop back up. Rear tailgate doors, there's just little clips here, and the bulb sits in its own little cage. There's one little connector on the back side, just remove the connector. These bulbs will be hot if they've been on for any short length of time, so just be aware of that. Could burn yourself. Once you've removed the connector, then you just remove the old bulb from the little metal cage that it sits in. It'll pop out of there, and you'll just install the 194 bulb as well, and reconnect your connector and pop it in. And just repeat that on both sides of the back tailgate door. So very, very simple. None of these are anywhere complex.
I just can't get over how bright these things are. I love that they fade. You know, LEDs first came out, there's always that concern that they don't fade on and off, and I was like, that's kind of a bummer, because that's a special feature they put in these vehicles, so why wouldn't you want it? But these look like they were good. Fade, on, off, just right now. Super bright. Wow, I'm super impressed with that. Should have done that a long time ago. Nice. Car seat going. Got a bag back there again, but we got all the lights switched out. They're nice and white now. So if you drive like an 07 to 13, I'm guessing the next generation they went to LEDs automatically from the factory. But if you drive the early Traverse, Acadia, Enclave, Outlook, and you've got incandescent bulbs throughout your interior, this is a really easy upgrade to do with, especially when you've got a company like AUTOONE who's got the LEDs in a box. There's a 10-piece kit you can buy. You need 8, unless I forgot about one, in the interior. So this gets you the whole thing, and you got a couple of spares in case you need them down the road, or if you want to switch something else out. But it's, yeah, really easy upgrade. Something I would definitely recommend if you're like your Acadia and you want to try and update it a little bit. Vehicles are lasting longer on the road because the price of vehicles are nuts these days. So this is a great way to make your vehicle feel like it's kind of fresh and new again. The crisp, clear lighting. It's going to be super bright at night, I can tell that already, and we're just really impressed with the quality that AUTOONE gave. So if you're interested in checking this out, there's a link in the description. AUTOONE will help you find the light bulbs you need for your specific vehicle. Maybe you're doing a different vehicle and you want to do a similar upgrade. You can find out from them. They're great customer service. They're really responsive. They'll get back to you right away with any of your questions. If you want any of the tools, of course, there's some links in the description to try and find those as well. But I hope that was helpful to you in some way, and I hope you appreciate the video. I look forward to hearing your feedback, and yeah, I guess good luck. Take care. Have a great day.